Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Yes, after having been gone for so many weeks, I'm back with my very first API project. Of course, this is a JavaScript project, so I'm a little bit proud of it, although I know it's basic. Sorry for the chicken, it just keeps on making some noises whenever I try to make a video. So I'm going to showcase API calls in two versions. One is the HTTP request and the other one is the fetch API. And this is best for beginners, and please also be reminded that this is made by a beginner, so please bear with me. And before we go to the video, let's roll the intro.
So we will begin by just creating the basic setup. So we'll create a folder with the three files in it. One is the HTML, the JavaScript file, and the CSS file. And we'll start with the HTML boilerplate, which you can get with Emmet abbreviation. Just type in the exclamation point and it will give you the boilerplate. This is the basic setup of our HTML. On the right side of our window, I've opened the live server feature of VS Code. You can get this from the extension. Just install the open live server, and in here we can see the live updates that we're doing in our code. We are setting up the basic styling of our project right now. I just chose this background color, but you can choose, of course, whatever color that you want. This just happens to be my favorite. No special reason really. And I have used the flexbox to position the three boxes where our data, API data, will flow into. Now that we're done with the CSS, we'll go ahead and set up our JavaScript file. We'll start with variables, declaring our variables. The first that we are going to see is the XML Http Request, which is the more difficult version because the syntax is just not easy to remember. But the good thing is you just have to know it. You can make a note of it and just copy it whenever you need to call it or you need to use it in your project. As you can see, our API call is successful and the data has displayed accordingly here, but we may want to add some comma to make it more readable. And to do that, we need a JavaScript method called toLocalString, and that's what we're gonna use here. And the next one is called fetch API, which is far more preferred by most programmers. As they said, the syntax makes more sense and uses promises, callbacks, those kinds of stuff. And the syntax is shorter, more readable, and has more features. So moving forward, this is gonna be our code, but it works the same way.
And there you have it, guys. It's the API project that I've come up with during this quarantine period. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will still be making changes to it, and will update you once I got the full version that I'm envisioning it to be. Until then, and just keep on coding, we'll get there eventually. Bye!